Hi, and welcome to Belonger Yoga. I'm Carrie, and welcome to today's practice. So today we're going to be focusing on the root chakra. So if you're not familiar with what the chakras are energy centers that reside within our body. There's 7 of them. We start at the root chakra at the base of our spine, and it goes all the way up to the crown of our head to the crown chakra. So over the next several weeks, I'm going to be focusing each practice to one of the chakras as we get to learn a little bit more about them. So today, again, we're going to be focusing on the root chakra. So the root chakra is in Sanskrit called Maladhara. It has to do with our right to have, our feeling worthy, our safety and our security, right? So if you're not feeling very secure, you're not feeling very safe, you're not feeling, maybe you're really scattered, you're trying to make a big decision or a decision, you're not sure what to do. Coming back to a root chakra practice is really helpful to just get yourself a solid foundation. So the element of the Muladhara chakra is the earth. And so think about a tree, how its roots grow down deep into the earth, and that's where it's getting its nutrients from, and that's what helps it to grow strong and tall, right? And so that's what we do with our root chakra practice. It's going to be a strong standing foundational flow to really help us gather up that energy from the earth and bring it up into our body so we can have that foundation, that structure, and that stability. The affirmation I want us to focus on today is, I am worthy of what matters to me. So our sense of self-worth a lot of times is tied to our limiting beliefs and tied to our feeling insecure about things. And so knowing that this is my right to have, that I am worthy, that just helps us as we move through this. So today, let's focus on that as our affirmation, which is I am worthy of what matters to me. To start the practice, we are gonna we're gonna start in a seated position. We're gonna do some breath work first. And this is a breathing technique that helps us build energy for our root chakra. It's called Bhastrika breath. Bhastrika. So that's a fun one to say. You're going to want to come into a comfortable seated position. You want your legs cross-legged because throughout this breathing technique, we're going to forcefully inhale. We're going to bring our arms up and our knees up. So that's why you need to be sitting in a cross-legged position. And then we're going to forcefully exhale, okay? And we're going to do that 12 times to help build up some of that energy. So this is what it's going to look like. So you're familiar with it. You're going to do a nice big strong inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And we're going to do that 12 times. So get yourself ready. Come into a comfortable seated position where you're able to do those movements, and get your arms and hands and knees ready, and let's begin. So and gently close down your eyes and just go inward. And notice how your body is feeling. Got my heart pumping just a little bit, get a little bit of energy going on. So we're going to come up to the top of our mat and start in mountain pose. But before I forget, towards the end of the practice, you would want to have a strap. So if you have a strap or a scarf or something you can use, as we do some of our stretches at the end, you might need that, okay? So come to the top of your mat. We're going to come into a mountain pose, So this is a foundational posture. It's a nice, strong standing posture. You're going to want to have your feet hip-width apart on the mat. You want your hips, knees, ankles in alignment, so you're not standing too far out, you're not standing too close in, you just want a nice alignment here. And we're really going to want to create a strong base with our feet. So to start with, what I'd like you to do is rock back onto the heel of one of your feet. Doesn't matter which one, this is just for demonstration to understand what we're talking about here. And imagine now roll that heel back and forth, and you can feel the foundation of your heel. Now when you place your foot down, you still want to have that foundation there. And then think about the ball of your foot and kind of rock back and forth across the ball of that foot, okay? And now you want that strong foundation across that ball of your foot as well. So think about all four corners, both sides of the heel, both sides of the ball of your feet. That's what we talk about when we want that foundation in mountain pose. When we say all four corners of the foot having that structure, okay? So do that with both of your feet, kind of get yourself situated so that you have that nice, strong, solid foundation across all four corners of your feet. And we're gonna come into mountain pose. Inhale, we're gonna come into mountain pose and get your foundation, okay? So I want you to go ahead and we're gonna inhale, we're gonna do some shoulder circles to start, okay? Let's go ahead and we're gonna inhale our arms, our shoulders way up into our ears. And then exhale, we're going to broaden across the chest and inhale or exhale our shoulders back down. And then we're going to inhale them up into the ears and exhale them back down. And inhale them up and exhale them back down. And let's do that just a couple more times. Inhale up and exhale it down. And one more. Inhale it up and exhale it down. Now let's do it the other way. So we're going to inhale and roll those shoulders forward up towards the ears and then exhale them back down. And when we're inhaling up, we're going to expand and broaden across the back side of our shoulder blades right there. Broaden across the back, okay? So where are we at? Okay, we're going to inhale them up and expand. I can't remember which way I was going. Inhale them up and expand across the back and exhale them down. Inhale them up and exhale it down. And inhale it up, exhale it down. And let's just do that another couple of times. And there we go. Okay, so let's come back into just a standing stationary mountain pose. And now let's inhale our arms up over our head and exhale them through the heart center, down towards the ground, fold forward, place your hands on your shins and halfway lift. Imagine you're pushing into your shins. You're creating a long line of energy from the base of your spine all the way through the crown, from your root to your crown. So you're inhaling it, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Now root down into that foundational posture, that mountain pose, root down and rise back up. And exhale your hands down to heart center. So let's do that a couple more times. Inhale your arms up, exhale, forward fold. Hands to the shins, halfway lift, forward fold. And root to rise all the way back up. And exhale your hands back down through heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, step your right foot back, and we're gonna come up into warrior two. So create your foundation. Your back foot wants to be roughly at a 45-degree angle. Your front leg is going to be bent at a 90 degrees. And imagine your thigh is rotating outward, your knee moving out towards that pinky toe, okay? This back leg is nice and strong. Your foot, a solid foundation back here. Your hips are going to be more aligned. They're not going to be curved in. They're going to be flat across the front here. And inhale your arms up to a warrior two position. Okay, nice, strong, solid foundation. Keep your thighs, this one's rotating out, but also think about this. Your thighs, your inner thighs, imagine they're trying to zip up together, okay? creating that foundation. You don't want to sink down into your hip crease here. You want to be nice and tall and long right here. Okay, so warrior two. And I like to look at both of my arms because sometimes one of them likes to go lower than the other. Here we go. And from here, let's just inhale our arms up overhead, straightening that front leg into a triangle pose. And we're going to exhale it back down to a warrior two. And inhale it up. And exhale it down. And inhale it up. And exhale down. And inhale up. Exhale it down. And one more time. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. And now rotate that back foot, come up into a high lunge position. Plant the feet down on the ground. Step that back leg forward. Sit your bottom back like you're going to sit in a chair. And we're going to rise up into chair posture. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And let's just hold here for just a few breaths. Nice, strong, solid foundation. And inhale and stand back up into mountain pose. Okay, so let's do that again on this side and we're going to add on to it. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And as we exhale, we're going to step that right foot back again. Come back up into our warrior two. So create that foundation, that strong foundation, and come up into warrior two. Again, hips square, legs strong and solid, thigh tractioning out as the inner thighs are trying to zip it up together to create that nice strong foundation. And from here, we're going to come into an extended side angle pose. Now here, we're really wanting to use a lot of our core strength too, right? So we're not sinking in. Our elbow is not doing the work for us. It's our core. So place your elbow and extend over to the side. Lift up that elbow. Make sure it's your core doing the work and not that elbow. And that's just here for fun, right? Extend back into a warrior two. And extend forward or come forward into an extended side angle. And we're going to come back to warrior or reverse warrior. And let's do that a couple more times. Yeah, there we go. Using that core strength with the strong foundation of our legs to hold us. And now let's go ahead and hold here for just a few breaths. Again, making sure you're not sinking down into it, making sure your elbow's not doing the work. And let's exhale back to warrior two and hold here. Making sure that that front leg is still strong and solid. The knee is still bent. And come back up into our warrior two. And rotate that back foot, come back up into a high lunge position. And plant the hands, step forward, sit your bottom back, and come back up into chair pose. And we'll hold here for just a few breaths. And let's exhale it all the way back up. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. I'm actually going to move to the other side of the mat, just so you don't have to sit there and stare at my butt. So we're going to do all of that on the other side now. So inhale our hands all the way up. Exhale down through heart center. Place your hands on your shins, halfway lift. Again, creating that long line of energy from your root to your crown. And forward fold. And step the left foot back. Yeah, the left foot back. Plant the back foot. Create your foundation in the front foot. Come on up, and let's open up to warrior two on this side. All right, so again, let's go through that. You want to imagine your thigh muscle is rotating outwards. That knee is tractioning out toward that big toe. Your back leg is strong and solid, holding you into place. You're not sinking into your hip, but you're rising up and long. Imagine your torso is nice and long coming up out of there. And imagine that inner thighs are trying to zip together, okay? And come out up into warrior two. There we go. Hold that for just a few breaths. And then we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, come into triangle for just a moment, and back down to warrior two. And then inhale up, and exhale. And inhale up, exhale. Inhale it up, exhale. You got one more. Inhale it up, and exhale that back down to a warrior two. Rotate that back foot and inhale your arms up overhead towards our high lunge position. We're going to plant our hands, step that back leg forward, sit the booty back, and come back up into our chair posture, keeping those shoulders out of the ears. Imagine in chair pose, we're wanting to tuck the tailbone slightly, making the core nice and solid and strong to support us. And inhale it back up, come back into mountain pose. All right, so let's add on to that a little bit. We're going to inhale our arms up, exhale it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot back, rotating that back foot and coming back up into our warrior two position. Now get yourself situated. Oh, lose my balance. Again, creating that nice, strong foundation. It's okay if you lose your balance. That happens to me all the time. So creating that foundation, again, thigh rotating out towards the pinky toe, inner thighs trying to zip together as you're really creating that strong foundation, back leg rooting down into the ground, right? And then come back up into our warrior two posture, nice and strong, creating that nice, strong foundation. And from here, we're gonna extend forward to that extended side angle pose. Again, not sinking into the hip. We're really imagine that core's long, nice and strong, and that elbow's just there because it looks pretty, I guess. I'm not really sure. Or not, yeah, it's just there. Anyways, so just extend it up overhead, and then we're gonna reverse that warrior, keeping that front leg bent, and we're gonna come back into the extended side angle, and we're gonna exhale it back to reverse warrior, a couple more, and to the extended side angle, again, letting your core do the work, and extend back to the reverse warrior, and this time come into extended side angle pose, and let's hold it for a few breaths. And let's come back into reverse warrior. And let's go ahead and come back into rotating that back foot. Come up on the ball of your foot, come back up into that high lunge. Plant the hands, step the left foot forward, sit the booty back, tuck that tailbone slightly, gauging the core, and come up into our final chair posture today. Nice, strong foundation, rooting down, getting all of that energy from the earth. And inhale our arms up overhead and back down to just a standing pose. Okay. From here, let's go ahead and make our way onto our back. And that feels good after working the legs for a few minutes. Knees to chest, and just hug them in nice and tight, even rock back and forth just a little bit. Just massage that low back out a little bit. Maybe let's do some knee circles on the ceiling if that feels good. Go the other way as well. And now let's come into happy baby. So hands behind the thighs. Your feet or your legs are going to come up perpendicular to the wall. And you're going to reach on the inside of your knees to then wrap around, if you can, to the out. Nope, that's wrong. to the inside of the knees, and then wrap around to grab the outside edges of your feet. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. And come up into a nice happy baby, and just gently bringing, moving the knees in towards your armpits. Really just gently trying to bring them in a little bit. Open up those hips. You can even rock back and forth in your happy baby. Remembering to put a smile on your face, because happy babies are happy and they giggle when they smile. And just come here for just a moment. Okay, let's go ahead and plant your feet on the ground. This is where you're going to need your strap. And we're going to take our right leg straight up into the air. And take a strap around the ball of the foot. And what I like to do is actually wrap my hands around the strap, because that just helps me hold on a little bit better. You want a slight bend in that knee. You want to protect that knee. You don't want to overextend it, so put a slight bend into it. And you can extend your left leg out if you'd like. If it's not comfortable, definitely just keep your leg bent and foot planted on the ground. That's okay too. So we're just gonna hold this for a few minutes, or few breaths. Not a few minutes, just a few breaths. And stretch out the legs. Oh, that feels good. Ooh, my leg's starting to shake. That's because of all the energy I've created in my root chakra from this practice, and so my foot is shaking pretty good. So I love it, all the energy coming in. And just another couple of breaths. And take that strap into your right hand and extend that leg out to the side to get a nice inner thigh stretch here. And hold that for a few breaths. Yeah, stretch out these legs. We did a lot of strong leg work, foundational work, creating a strong stability and security and structure, right? That's what our root chakra is all about. And again, the root chakra is your right to have. So, feeling worthy of having and being able to do things, right? And having things. And so I am worthy of what matters to me. I don't think I told you to switch over to twist over to the side. I think I just did it. Sorry about that, guys. And bring that right leg back up, remove the strap. Plant that right leg down on the ground, your foot on the ground, or extend it long. And bring your left leg up into the air. And again, put that strap around the ball of your foot. I like to wrap my hands around the strap just for ease of holding onto the strap when it's up like this. And slightly bend in the knee. And this is where, let's just stretch out that leg. Again, if your leg starts to shake, that's good. It means you've created energy. And if it's not shaking, that's okay too. You're still creating energy. You're still creating it in your body. It's good. And let's take the strap into the left hand and open up that leg out to the side and stretch out the inner thigh. And let's take that strap into the right hand and cross leg over the body for a long-legged twist stretch here. Not sure what we want to call it. I'm sure there's a name for it. I don't know what it is. And let's bring that leg all the way back up. Remove the strap. Extend the legs nice and long today. And let's come into our final posture today, which is Shavasana. Just extend your legs nice and long. You can even extend your arms up overhead. Give yourself a nice long stretch and bring your arms down by the sides. If you feel safe and comfortable, don't go ahead and close down your eyes. We'll be here for just about a minute. Just slowly integrating all the work that we did today. Creating that strong strength, structure, stability, our foundation today. Our root chakra, Maladhara. This is our right to have. This is our right to feel worthy of having, or worthy of doing things, right? So I am worthy of what matters to me. And now let's go ahead and bring a little movement back into our body, maybe wiggling the toes, touching the tips of your fingers. Inhale your arms up overhead and gently roll over onto your favorite side. Rest here for just one more moment. Your head can even rest on your bicep here, on your arm. And let's go ahead and make your way up into a seated position. Okay. Some days I can't figure out what to say. So again, today's class was really focused on our root chakra, Muladhara, really understanding and creating a good, strong foundation. If you'd like to learn more about the chakras, check in the description below. There's a link for an Intro to Chakras workbook. It goes through what the chakras are, what their meanings are. It's a workbook where it's going to work through each of the 7 chakras. It's going to have an introduction and then all 7 of the chakras in there, so you can learn so much more than what I'm teaching you here in this short little practice today. But click the link below and get your free downloadable Intro to the Chakras workbook. So we'll see you next time. Next time we will be going through, we got the root chakra, the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. So let's meet you back on the mat for that one. Bye.